Hello once again, our esteemed candidates. Teacher Moses back here with our next episode of P.L.E. Integrated Science Tips. Remember, we're counting the days down. Okay? Therefore, without wasting time, let us start right away. Tip number 1 on question approach. Carefully read the general instructions for the paper and follow them as required. Never start an examination before reading the general instructions. Every subject has got their own instructions. They are key to what you're going to score. Tip number 2, carefully and thoroughly read the question and understand or interpret it well. Identify the keywords. We call them answer determiners. It is not an offense to underline such words before you write your answer. You can underline those keywords neatly using your pencil, so that it is easier for you to determine what the examiner wants you to answer. Keywords are so important. Another step. Tip number 3. Write a clear, precise, and understandable answer. Long answers or sentences are not recommended. It's not necessary to write a long answer. Okay? The language that is used in primary education is supposed to be precise and clear. Don't use bombastic words. Use the words within your scope. Be precise, be brief. Tip number 4. Use scientific vocabulary and scientific expressions when writing your answer. You must be familiar with the science words used in each of the topics we cover. Remember, even if you know the answer, yet you cannot spell it right, your responses shall be marked wrong. Master the correct spellings of words. Words, spellings, meaning, and correct usage is important. Okay? This calls you for proper studying of our word banks in our science corner. Make sure that you are well conversant with those words. Each word that we've covered in the primary scope of integrated science, the meaning, the spelling, and usage. Knowing a word is different, usage of that word is different. Therefore, use scientific expressions. Don't borrow words from other areas or other subjects. Another step. For questions that require you to give a reason, please reason scientifically. Don't reason outside our subject. Reason scientifically. Reasoning is important whenever you're doing an examination, but make sure that your reasoning fits within the language of that subject. Another tip. Diagrams and questions about them. This is what you should take note about the diagram work. Diagrams can be pictures, illustrations, tables, graphs, cards, etc. Before you answer any question about the diagram, do the following as a must. 1. Read the instructions first and understand what they tell you to do. Which instructions are those ones? You've seen instructions like study the diagram below carefully and use it to answer the questions that follow. That set of instruction is so important. Never miss it out. Okay? It is key in what you're going to answer. What else should we consider? 2. Keenly study and observe the diagram and determine what it is of or what it is about. Study the diagram very well as you have been told in the instructions. Study the diagram, understand the topic that it's about, okay? So that you can answer within the line of what they require you to do. Okay? What else should we consider? Questions about diagram are related or STEM type questions. All the questions that are about that diagram are related. Okay? You can't be given a diagram about blood saturation and then a question comes from resources on the same number. It's not like that. They have to be from the same question. So, it's advisable that you read all the questions about that diagram and understand them well before you answer them. First, read through all those questions, A, B, C, D, on that number before you begin attempting them. Reason, you may find that the answer that you're required to give on part A, a clue has been given on part C. Okay? Therefore, always first read through those questions. it is advisable to answer those questions in order from the first to the last. Why? Usually, one question leads to the next, because they are dependent questions, whereby the answer you're supposed to give on part B depends on what you gave on part A. I think you're familiar with those questions. Next, when required to show or label a pattern and diagram, observe the following. Do not use head arrows. Don't use these head arrows. Don't do that. Just use a line. We use head arrows in situations like indicating electric current, the flow of electric current, when you are indicating the flow of energy in a food chain, when you are indicating heat, when you are indicating the flow of blood, when you are indicating direction of force. Dear candidates, let's stop here for today. We'll meet in the next episode. Please take note of these tips. They are key, and always share our content, please, so that our other candidates from different parts of the country can share this knowledge. We are here for the purpose of excelling our candidates countrywide. Prosper Junior Shoool is the center here, the center of excellence. Our dear parents, please don't hesitate to pass by and check on us, so that probably we can have your children and nurture them for the better tomorrow. Thank you.